This episode of What If It's Cool is brought to you by Respro Clothing. Respro Clothing, where you can get the latest merchandise from all the stars, including Luke Resner, Som, Savannah Rowe, Nova Nichols, and my personal favourite, Conflict Axiom. So make sure you check out Respro Clothing. You can find them on Facebook and on Instagram. Hello and welcome to another episode of What If It's Cool, the show where we talk about anything and everything that is cool in the world today. I am the least hardcore person you're ever going to meet, Daniel Porcro, and on this episode, I have an interview with Gore. We talk about how he got into the world of professional wrestling, his time living in the Philippines, and his martial arts background. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. It's all about the battle with Gore. Thank you so much for being part of the show. I have to admit, I am myself because I have been a fan of yours for a very long time, and when you said, yeah, I'll do it, I was like, oh, he called my bluff. But how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Doing good. Real good.
That's good. I wanted to get to know you because I've only just seen the matches I've seen with you at BCW and MCW. How did you get into wrestling?
My brother, my real brother, Krackerjack, for better or worse, my legit shoot brother. He was wrestling back when I was probably, I don't know, 14 or something.
Mm.
So I trained me and my other brother Logan, who wrestled shortly in Melbourne some time ago. We started training with Krackerjack at the dungeon under Ricky Diamond, with other such local legends as Chucky. I don't know his last name. Big fat guy with spiky hair.
I remember Chucky, yeah.
Yeah, he was training there at the time as well. So he trained for a few years. I got into martial arts, and my brother Logan stuck with wrestling, got into it. And Krackerjack's just been in it for the last 70 years or something, however old he is, for eternity. I've competed in mixed martial arts, kickboxing, and freestyle wrestling. Then I was done with that. I decided to get back into wrestling. Took the long way around.
Mm. What made you decide to go into wrestling? Like, because like if I was to do martial arts and stuff like that, I think I would have wanted to keep doing that. I don't know why, but that just might be me. But what turned it around for you?
Well, I'm still doing martial arts. I coach martial arts. I train it pretty much more or less every day. So I'm still doing it. I'm just not actively competing in it anymore.
Okay, fair enough. Well, where did you first debut?
It was at the show run by TNT. I think it's Armageddon's the name of the festival.
Mm-hmm.
All the fucking nerds go to and dress up as their wussy characters and shit. He was running a festival show there, and I had my first match with Mad Dog there. And then shortly after that, debuted at NAW.
What year was this? Because I got a feeling I was at this one. No, because the moment you said Mad Dog and TNT, I went, wait a minute, why does this sound awfully familiar?
This was, I think, 2018 or 2017.
No. It was a bit before that, so I'm thinking of somebody else. Oh, I was going to say, I got another person who I got to see their first match, but well, here's what it is.
Who was that?
Sorry?
Who was that? Who did you see debut there?
Oh my god, I'm trying to because have you always had the long hair, or was it
Yeah, always had the long hair. I wasn't wearing a mask back then.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm about to say. But maybe it was you though. But this was at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre, yeah.
Yeah.
No, maybe I'm just thinking the wrong year, but I think I did see you there because I remember.
Oh wait, this is at the Showgrounds, not the Exhibition Centre.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, if it's 27, no, I wasn't working there then. I was about to say, maybe when I was actually working at that festival. No, unfortunately, I'm getting old and I keep forgetting shit. So, where did the mask come from? Because you obviously are a very handsome man, but you're not showing your face. Why do you want to wear a mask?
I guess it's part of intimidation. I know a lot of Melbourne wrestlers are real pussies, so I don't really need it. And I'm already twice the size of most of them. But that's not because I'm big. It's just because they're small and people don't work out for some reason. But I just like it. It makes me even more handsome. I can't have it not handsome enough. You know what I'm saying?
No, I've got you.
Yeah. It's like Vader wore a mask, but it's not part of the identity. Like I can wrestle without a mask as Gore just fine. You know, like I've had it come off in matches before. It's not a big deal.
Mm. Well, who designed the mask? Because it's one of the most scariest things I've seen in real life. Like, who designed it, and why'd you decide to be like that?
I didn't choose to be this way. This is how I am. This guy named MC Cumblood designed it. I gave him an idea of what I wanted, something brutal, something gory. MC Cumblood, he lives in Greece and makes masks for a living, deals with special effects. He's one half of the gore rap band Butcher's Harem. Big fan of theirs. Saw he was doing this kind of reached out to him.
Wow. But yeah, because like I know not that I've ever wrestled because I'm not a wrestler, but I played wrestling with a mask on. Is it how freaking hot is that thing? Because that just looks very, very sweaty whenever I see you wrestle.
Oh, you have probably more things to worry about than your core temperature when you're wrestling and having to throw little men around and get smashed in the head. It's the afterwards, pulling it off, just covered in sweat. It's brutal. There's one time when I was in Japan, I was wrestling for this guy there named Fugo, and he was having this commercial shoot at his gym, this Vovinam gym. So I went there, I had to wear my old mask, which was a lot thicker and heavier than the one I'm currently wearing. So I was wearing that for about 5 or 6 hours straight, and I felt it then because I wasn't really on the whole time. I wasn't really working or wrestling the whole time. But I was sweating profusely, trying to pass out from heat exhaustion.
Man, I just God bless you for wrestling in a mask, because after 20 seconds of for wrestling in a mask is 20 seconds wrestling with my siblings or my kids. I can't breathe after doing that. I really can't. And just seeing your mask, like I think I don't think I'll last 5 seconds with it.
You might need to work on your conditioning a bit there, brother.
Well, you know, I could lose a bit of weight. I mean, I am putting on the pounds now. The whole thing with your brother Krackerjack. Are you
legit
guys
brother Krackerjack?
legit
same
brother?
womb we were torn from.
Are you two legit that crazy outside the ring?
Well, it depends what you mean exactly.
Well, I've been watching a lot of footage today, and obviously there's been a lot of crotch jabs, staples, wire, you know, all the good stuff.
Yeah,
but
that's all him, right?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, different kind of violence. I think he's the more sharp, stabby kind of guy. He really likes his pointers implements. Got that staple gun glued to his hand. I prefer more smashing and suplexing. So there's a big difference there between the two of us stylistically.
But outside the ring, you guys are very, very lovingly, or is just how do you put it politely?
Hey, what you see is what you get.
Okay, fair enough. That gets me there.
Yeah, he's a lunatic. Just catch him after Wrestle Rock at the bar. You'll see.
Well, I've been trying to get your brother on the show, but he keeps he says, yeah, I'll work out a date, and he doesn't message me back, and then I'll message him. He's like, oh yeah, don't worry, Dan, I'll get back to you. And I think this has been going on for 2 months now. I've been trying.
As an Australian wrestling legend, he's a very busy man. Very important, busy. Right, he's got to manage my upcoming matches, my contracts. You know, he's in touch with all the big name promotions, getting it done. He's wheeling and dealing the whole way.
Well, I never take it offensively, because I understand, you know, being a wrestling legend as he is, you know, you got heaps of things, and you know, managing you, you know, is number one priority. But yeah, Krackerjack, if you're listening, definitely. But Krackerjack, if you're listening, please get in contact. I'd love to tell you a story. Now you've got an upcoming match with a guest of mine. By the time this episode comes out, the match has already come. You're going to be facing John Day, and he's been just saying, you know, I've taken this these bucket lists off for myself, and his next one is saying, he needs to buy an extra carry case for the DMDU.
Mate, how much does this kid weigh like 45 kilos. How's he going to even lift the belt? Have you seen the death match down under heavyweight championship? It is heavy. It is way too big for that scrawny little kid's noodle arms. What's he going to do? Where's he going to take it? It weighs more than he does.
Have you got any strategies going in, or just going to go in and just kick his head in?
Mate, you've seen this kid?
I have.
He's small, right? Small. I don't need a strategy when I'm wrestling someone small and weak. All I need is my working with children's check to prove that I'm not going to him in the ring. And he's lucky I've got that because, oh boy, I'd love to that little kid in the ring. Right in front of the audience. It's always better when people watch. Huh? What was your question? What am I going to do? Smash him and pin him. Bam! Just like that. 1, 2, 3. It's all over. Doesn't even matter. It'll take like 3 minutes. He's generous. Generous if I give him more than that. That's including his walk to the ring, whatever he does.
Little waltz to the ring.
Yeah. Cutie man. Who is this guy anyway? He's from Singapore, right?
From Singapore. He loves soccer, cricket. He has his own music label. You know?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That says it all.
Yeah. Oh God, I bet you anybody when he hears this, he's gonna mess me. He goes, hey, you all asked me why this, John. It's all part of the show.
You say he plays tennis or something? I think you'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, like I want to get to know some aspects of your career. What has been one of the best things that you've done so far? Is it from winning titles, or is it just getting your name out there? What's been some of the best? What is the best thing that's happened to you in your career so far?
The battle. Every good battle. It's all that matters. Yeah, I love wrestling guys like Tommy Knight, like Kate Van Ugg, like Judo Baby, Jake Andrew Arthur. There are men that can stand there and throw down. That's what I like. I like good battles. Doesn't matter if there's 10 people there or 100. It's a good battle. I'm keen for it. That's all that matters. Championships, it's just a prop. It doesn't matter. All that matters is a good battle. That's all I've ever cared about. Fighting, wrestling, whatever it is, it's just all about having a good battle. I don't like being able to squash people. It's boring. I want someone that can stand there, stand toe-to-toe, exchange blows, exchange suplexes, put on a good fight. That's all that matters.
Fair enough. And that's really cool to hear. What has been one of the worst injuries you've suffered in the ring?
Worst injuries? I don't know.
I was gonna say probably when Krackerjack stapled gun your balls or something like that, but that could be anything.
Hey, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Forgot about that. I'm gonna have to have a word with him about that. I forgot. I haven't really sustained many injuries in the ring. I guess. I mean, I tore my calf in the ring. Most of my worst injuries come out of the ring in training. I've injured a few people in the ring. Not intentionally.
Yeah.
Usually because they're too small or weak to protect themselves. But I haven't injured myself in the ring that bad. I'm pretty good.
That's good.
You got to stay strong. You got to stay fit. So your knees don't just buckle out from under you, or your shoulder pops out.
Well, because like you're saying, because you haven't really been injured in the ring. What is your routine on a weekly basis? What's your regular leg day? What's just cardio? What talk me through your regimen.
I usually try to hit weights 3 to 4 times a week. A lot of heavy compounds. Bench, squat, deadlift, overhead press, pull up, row. It's all centered around that. On top of that, I get to jiu-jitsu 2 to 3 times a week. I get to my weapons training 1 to 2 times a week. I'm coaching every day. Yeah.
When you say weapons training, what weapons are we talking about exactly?
Machete, knife, stick, short stick. Filipino weaponry.
I'm getting nervous again. Oh wait, you said Filipino weaponry. Hang on.
Yeah.
You know I'm Filipino as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, so if you're doing all that, I'm assuming, and this is only me assuming, you do a screamer as well, yeah?
Yeah, Kali, Ines, a screamer.
You've become one of my favorite guests now because you're doing martial arts. I've had Noel on here, who is a practitioner of Kumbal Khan, which is it's not really a martial art, but it's just more of a defense mechanism that he developed. And I reckon if you're doing all that sort of stuff, you should when he eventually does come to Australia, you should have a training session with him. I reckon you two would
Who's
get it
this?
on.
Noel.
Noel, yeah.
Who's that?
Go back to previous episodes and have a look, because he's absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they call him the smiling assassin. Um, and trust me, like I've seen him take big dudes on, and
He's a wrestler. Yeah.
no, he's not. He's actually just a martial artist.
Oh, okay. What's his style called? Kombakan.
Tumble Khan.
Okay, he's Filipino.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll send you the link after the show so you can have a look.
Yeah,
And yeah. But I think that's pretty cool that you are doing that sort of stuff, and sort of now I'm looking back at the sort of stuff I've seen. You know, like, okay, yeah, I can see that training coming through.
Do you know what Yaoyan is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you.
It's a Filipino style of kickboxing that was all influenced by their weapons training. I used to train in that as well.
Do you know what province it originated from, or you're not sure?
It's pretty big in Manila. It's pretty big in Cebu. I think it's reached the States now. And it's pretty obscure, but it has a pretty big following in the underground, I guess, as well.
I'm gonna have to check this out, Gold. Like, this is just sounding amazing, and it's it's part of my culture, and I don't even know it. No, I'm terrible.
Yeah, we had a
Jeez.
really dominant team for mixed martial arts in hybrid Yaoyan in the Philippines.
Mm. Wait, so have you been to the Philippines and trained over there?
Yeah, I lived there for 2 years.
What again? Where in the Philippines did you live?
I lived in Ortigas. So this is all in Luzon.
Mm.
Ortigas. I lived in Cubao for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got more respect for you now, just for you saying that. Did you love it over there, or it was like a big culture shock over there as well for you? Or you?
No, it was a hole, man. Manila is awful. It was
Thank
a
you.
really fucking rough time. And it's so hard to earn money over there.
Oh
You know
yeah.
these rich ass honkies going over there with thousands of dollars already. I went there with nothing, was just earning pesos to get by, fighting, working on TV, working security, working in call centers, whatever I could to make his crust.
Man, like it's not like I'm not bagging Manila, but it's just like when I lived there for a little bit, I wasn't really a big fan of it. So
No, it
because
was
like
awful.
the sky's green sometimes when given how bad the pollution
All the
is.
time. It is, and you're
Oh,
sticky. There's so much smog.
oh,
Everyone's all trying to rip you off. It is a tough way to live.
yeah.
A lot of really nice places in the Philippines. Like if you go out to the provinces or the islands, it's paradise.
Mhm.
But if you're living in Manila, it is a hellhole, man.
Well, my family's from Katanawanas, so and it's I wouldn't say it's a paradise, but it's a beautiful part of the country.
Yeah,
Manila. I mean, it's okay if you want to just go shopping, but that's about it. That's not I'm not my cup of tea. I don't like
everyone's
that at all.
inside the shopping malls because it's so awful outside.
Mm,
Everywhere you go, it looks like it's been hit by a bomb.
that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Like I still remember when I was over there, I missed my flight from Cebu to go back to Manila, and I'm so glad I missed that flight, because the bus that was going to be taken to me going back to the hotel, guess what? Bomb. That was. Oh, I've never been that terrified. I was only 18 at the time, and I remember just thinking, holy, because I came out of the airport, and they got mirrors and like chicken in the car. So I'm thinking, what's going on? And then my uncle just goes, oh, the bus you were meant to take that you were meant to be on, there was a bomb and exploded. I went,
Yeah.
no, and back then, this is back in 2005. That was, oh God, I'm still horrified at
Yeah.
thinking of that.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
don't know what it's like now with what's the president's name? Dirte?
I don't know. I'm not a citizen, so I've got no idea.
Because he was the mayor of Davao and was responsible for all the kill squads
Mm,
where they just ran up drug dealers and started murdering them.
yeah.
But around that time I was there was this huge massacre where something like 30 something reporters were just murdered. You know, dumped in a
Oh man.
massive grave in one of the provinces around the time of Flood Ondoy.
Mm.
Man, it was just war zone, man.
Well, I'm hoping it's a lot different because yeah, I still have family over there, so I hope
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Um. Oh my God. I can't. I'm still shocked that you went to you lived in the Philippines and you're doing all this. You easily becoming my favorite guest so far. Sorry to everyone I've had before, but it's just like when I have somebody who's not Filipino who's actually gone on there and they've enjoyed it and they're doing all that stuff, that they're okay in my book, you know.
Yeah.
So are you planning to do any full on death matches in the future? Now being the DMDU champion.
I'm not a big fan of death matches. I've seen a lot of them. I
Yep.
had seen a few of them before, but since working for Deathmatch Down Under since its inception, I've seen a lot of them. I'm not a big fan just because they get boring.
Mhm.
They look boring. I prefer wrestling. Really like, chain wrestling. Real wrestling is changing holds, working for pins, trying to win rather than just falling into. I find it really boring. If I was to do a death match, it'd have to be for a good reason. It'd have to be someone who can't beat me any other way, keeps earning their shot, and then they can call me out for one. But just to do one for the sake of doing a death match, it's not for me.
You
Crackers
wouldn't.
has done a lot of death matches. I know that. Even he's turned off them lately. Um, we did that better nails match recently with the velocities.
Mhm.
Now they got the win, so obviously I'm not a big fan of that kind of. But even that was a bit like, this is sort of going in a direction where I'm not the most keen. But that is still like several runs below an actual death match.
Mm. Who like who could you see being in a death match with realistically at the moment in the Australian wrestling scene?
I don't know. I like to do a death match with someone who hasn't done one before as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just take him on a journey into the world of death matching and
Yeah. Yeah. Into the unknown right there.
what because I've had a few people who have done death matches on the show. What drives somebody actually to do a death match? Because for me, I as much as I somewhat enjoy watching a death match, I am terrified. I would never want to put my body through that. But and I know you've done some of it. What drives you to do
Well, what do you like about death matches?
it? If it's done right, just the emotion that goes through it is
The
usually the
emotion?
reason. Yeah, the emotion,
I mean, like the registering of pain after being put through something or what?
something like that. I'd
Yeah.
say, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It all seems a bit contrived. Um, if I can't put someone down with a light tube, then I'm not going to use light tubes. Yeah, but to see someone be hit 1,000 times with a light tube and it's still not working, like you look stupid. Try something else. Maybe try suplexing him on his head or punching him out or try something else. If you can't put someone away without the use of weapons, then maybe there's a reason to use them.
Mm.
Or maybe you're just not strong. Maybe you don't know how to put someone away without the use of weapons.
Mm.
And maybe that's what drives someone to do it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I want to talk about your martial arts experience as well. Firstly, what is your fight record?
In mixed martial arts, it was 8 wins, 3 losses. In kickboxing, it was 2 wins, 1 loss.
Wow, pretty good record. Where did you fight in MMA?
Where? When?
Yeah, where?
Where? I've had some fights in Melbourne. It wasn't that big here at the time. It's when we were fighting on boxing shows or kickboxing shows and cages were illegal here. I
Hmm.
had the majority of my fights in the Philippines.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
all right. That's pretty cool. You never fought for the AFC at all, or
Nah,
Hex?
never the ANC. I've had guys I was training fight on their shows. That was still pretty young when I was coming up.
Mm.
Um, They had probably only had about 3 shows by the time I was winding down. Yeah, like I said, it was just kickboxing shows, boxing shows, and mixed martial arts back then was more of just a spectacle. Like no
Yeah,
one really understood grappling or anything then. When you look at the scene now, it's incredibly amateurs look amazing, really tough fighters. Everyone's highly skilled. The training's changed a lot. Like back then, I'd have to go to one gym for say kickboxing, another for boxing, another one for Brazilian jiu-jitsu, another for wrestling and strength and conditioning on the side. But now you've got these enormous mega centers that just have everything, 10 coaches for one fighter. They're fully decked out. It's completely different now.
yeah.
Like they're much smarter than we
Mm.
were, that's for sure. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
developed a lot more.
Well, I still remember when I was doing MMA, and it's a completely different ball game now. Like I think if I was to go back now, I get done in the first round. I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even going to be chased. I reckon give me 30 seconds and I'll either get knocked out or I'll get into submission and then I'll easily be tapping. I just these kids now are just insane what they do.
Where did you
And
train?
I trained in a local gym called, I think it was called Hex Gym in Brandon Park a long time ago.
Right.
And then there's just little bits of training here and there with a few other people. And then yeah, just never sort of got around to actually having a proper fight. I had some like little sparring sessions and stuff like that, but nothing to write home on about.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I mean, it's hard to tell, considering how I'm overweight. But yeah, I did like to do it, but just didn't have the heart to actually hurt somebody like that. You know,
You find it hard to hurt someone?
no, I don't want to hit. I don't want to go out and beat the shit out of somebody. I mean, for recreation, it's not too bad, but actually to go in there and actually intentionally hurt somebody, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm the stereotypical Filipino, very nice, don't want any trouble, stuff like that,
I don't know if that's a stereotypical Filipino. They're goers, man.
But you know what? The people who don't know real Filipinos, they always think, oh, they're just really nice people. They're not going to do anything.
No,
But
they
people,
fucking don't.
but
Yeah.
people who go around with actually hang out with Filipinos, yeah, we go.
Yeah,
But
they're
but
fiery.
I'm not that type. But I mean, if I have to, I have to. But I'd
Yeah.
rather not fight.
There was this time when I was at the gym in Cubao and this old man brought his son in.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my son's very bad. I want him to be bashed up and taught a lesson.
What?
So my
What?
coach,
Wait. He said he wants to get his son bashed.
yeah, teach him some discipline.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So he gets his son in the ring, up pro fighter, Ray Stingray Carlos, little gun of a wrestler. And the coach was like, all right, you're going to beat this kid. Otherwise, I'm not going to book you in any fights. It was hard to get fights at the time.
Mm.
So Ray got in there and kicked the absolute out of this kid. Hit him with about 10 overhand rights in a row while the dad's on the outside yelling, yeah, kick my son's ass. Him up, him up.
Oh no.
And just pulverize this kid. But the kid wasn't running away. He was there for it the whole time. Like he was throwing back. He was moving. Hey, these guys are fighters. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Man, I mean, my dad's Irish, but I was like, I can't imagine my dad doing that. Like, God, that's just brutal.
All right, your dad's Irish, your mum's Filipino?
Yeah,
Mate, as if you don't like to fight.
I want to be modest, man. I don't
Yeah.
like I've said on so many episodes. I do not want people to challenge me to a fight. I just don't want that to
Yeah,
happen.
get it now.
Oh God, please don't challenge me to fight, people. I really don't want to fight. Oh my God. Well, we've come to the staple question here at What If It's Cool. What is something that you find cool that nobody else does?
I don't know if no one else finds it cool. Sure, there are some. I'm a big fan of death metal. Not many people in the Australian scene are keen on it. I mean, a lot of people say that they're into it, but then they'll say, I don't know, they're into like Night Artist Murder or some more really accessible metal. But very few people are actually into death metal, which is why when you go to a local wrestling show, you just listen to people's entrance music, and
Yeah.
that says it all.
What? Because death metal, I like metal. I'm not. Look, I don't mind death metal. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of it. Who is some of your favorite artists in death metal?
Big fan of Napalm Death, obviously. One of their songs is my intro.
Yep.
Punch and Stench, Gorgasm,
Oh, nice.
Dying Fetus, Anal. It's always a classic. Vulvectomy, Devourment. Mate, they're all bangers. You would love them.
I'll definitely check it out because I'm trying to expand my my repertoire.
Broaden your horizon a bit.
Well, one of the other shows I do on what of it's called is Reaction, and I've been doing reactions to all different kinds of music as well. Like I've had Caesar Conflict of their song Consume, Baltimore Shylaw's talk shit, and it's all different kinds of music there. And death metal is something I haven't really sort of gone fully into, but I think I might after this, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, mate.
Send me some recommendations. I'll definitely go for it, man.
Don't you worry.
All right, Gore, where can we find you on all your socials?
Snuff Daddy Gore, Instagram. That's all you need. I don't go on Twitter. I've heard it's hilarious. But I think if I was on there, I'd probably be banned pretty quickly. I don't get a lot of the stuff that happens on Twitter because I'm not on there.
Yeah.
But I get like wrestlers in other states messaging me going, oh my God, what's happening in Melbourne? What the fuck are you talking about? What's going on? And it turns out there's like one kid or something talking about Melbourne wrestling and everyone's jumping on it. I miss out a lot of that shit. It sounds hilarious, but I think I'll just stick to Instagram for now.
Like I said to the Cooters when they were here on the last episode, you don't need to be on Twitter. It's toxic, but I mean sometimes it can be very entertaining, like as you said. But I don't even use the what if it's cool Twitter as much as I used to because there's so much crap on there now. It's just it starts off being funny and then it just ends up being sad. And it's like, who gives a like it's like this color is red, no, it's blue. It's like who cares about that, man?
Krackerjack does tell me that there's some pretty good gangs on there. So, and you don't see that on Instagram, all right? It is cool to have a social media that you can just click of a button, boom, there's an or there's a massive 20-man line up. That does sound promising. Maybe I will get on it. We'll see.
Fair enough. I just wasn't prepared for that one. Oh my God. Of course. Thank you so much for being part of What It's Called. It's been an absolute pleasure. Be kind to John. He's a mate. He's a mate. He's a mate.
Johnny Day. Hey, I promise nothing. Nothing.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for being part of What It's Called.
Well, thanks for having me, mate.
And that's the end of that episode. Want to be featured on What If It's Cool or know someone with an interesting story that needs to be told? Reach out to me. I can be reached on whatifitscoolbusiness@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Want more from What If It's Cool? Make sure to check out the YouTube channel where you can find the latest episodes of Mukbang Around, Reaction, and of course the vodcast. And don't forget to follow What If It's Cool on all socials. It can be found at What If It's Cool. Keep that sport coming. And until next time, I'll catch you on next one. Peace.